Welcome to the full free 2025 appointment setting course. It's going to show you exactly how to go from someone with zero experience to a fully trained and qualified appointment setter who can land a role for at least $2,000 to $10,000 every single month, while not having any boss and being able to work from your phone anywhere in the world. But why listen to me? Now, while I'm not an appointment setter, I've personally worked with over 200 plus clients for my own agency, which does around $40,000 a month. Now, we specialize in training and placing appointment setters into roles with our clients, which has allowed us to build the best training system possible for setters, along with the best network to place them into roles. For example, we placed Kationa inside of Jason Cooperson's coaching offer, and within the first 3 days, he generated $18,400. The same applies for Andrew. We trained and placed him in Smith Reese's offer, again, a coach with over 160,000 followers on Instagram. Or finally, Ricky, again, who we trained and we placed into Julian Corzo's agency, then so many more that have been able to change their lives, make thousands of dollars every single month from their phone by learning exactly what I'm going to show you today inside of this free training. Now, this is the only guide you're going to need for 2025. Ignore the videos from the setters just trying to sell you a course because they don't know how to appointment set themselves. Instead, watch this video to the end and you're going to be a fully qualified appointment setter, where I'm going to show you exactly our tools, our training modules that we have personally used to train over 200 plus appointment setters and land them in dream roles. So let me not waste any more time and let me jump straight into it. So appointment setters, 9 to 5ers, literally anyone that could be watching this video, welcome to the full free course. You've obviously already seen the intro, but this is how you're going to become a killer appointment setter from A to B, learning even just how to open up, the social media platforms, knowing exactly what to do and land your first role to make over $10,000 every single month. So we've worked with 200 plus agencies, coaches and setters, building acquisition systems and placing them into 2 to 8K a month roles. This is just the mastermind we had in London with a couple of our clients, which we've done the same for. Just a few kind of results to go through. You've already seen them in the intro. Katiano placed him in Jason Cooperson's offer. Ricky obviously placed him in Julian Corzo's offer. Andrew got placed in Smith Reese offer, making $8,000 to $12,000 every single month. Okay, we've placed for some of the best in the game. So again, Jason, Smith Reese, Tom Snowick, Corzo Growth, Max. That's a Louis Trading as well. You may know some of them yourselves if you're in the industry. If you don't, that's fine. These are just big guys that you could be placed with. Okay, so why appointment setting? Now, firstly, sales is the number one skill set to learn. As an entrepreneur, there is nothing else. And if you listen to anyone that has ever said anything, Warren Buffett, these massive guys, they always say skills is number one. Because if you learn skills, you will never be broke again, because you could literally sell air and make money, right? Technically, okay? Get into a 2 to 8K a month role easy, okay? Is our belief that artificial intelligence, increasing the amount of freelancers and commodities within the market, you can't afford to be running these agency models or these drop shipping models or something like that when there's no need. There's artificial intelligence coming in. There's big dogs just killing you. You might as well just learn a skill, take in that, and then go from there. Trying to compete as a real business owner with zero skill is pretty much pointless. So if you have no skills in business, don't try and start an agency or a coaching business or something like this. You just don't have the skills to do it. 100% profit, no delivery, no stress. Now, if you're like someone, personally, we run a 40K a month agency, and I sometimes say I'm very envious of this, is because I manage so many team members. I have to pay, bills. I have to pay a bunch of taxes on it. I have to pay people's payouts. I have to run systems. I have to work on softwares. All you have to do is type some messages. It's 100% profit. You don't have to pay anyone. There's no delivery. There's no stress. It's just a lot easier. There's no having to wait. You clock in, you clock out. You could be in Bali. You could be on a beach, typing from your phone and making money, okay? And then tap into the $1 billion info space. We all know that info and coaching businesses are the biggest, in the space right now, and will continuously grow as personal brands grow and figures grow. We want to get a piece of that. So being able to get into one of these businesses, again, as we see, one of these massive businesses, we are taking a cut of the $1 billion industry that will soon rise. Okay. Now, it also allows you to make money online and travel the world. Okay. Appointment setting is one of the best ways to be free. Okay. You do not have to manage any team. You don't have to scale. You don't have to have 50 clients that you constantly manage. You have to work with one client, work for yourself, being able to work from anywhere, along with getting 5 to 10K a month. Realistically, how much you need to live. I've experienced both, 10k months, 40k, etc. If you're personally just working 10k a month from yourself, you're fine. You don't have to be like the rest of the guys that, oh, I need $1 million a month, etc., etc. A lot of people are happy with 10k a month in a very normal life. Trust me, it's a lot better than a 9 to 5 making $3,000 a month. Okay, it's not possible. And to live a very good life without added stress, this is very easy to do. Trust me, it's worth it. You can just see me here, London, Marrakesh. This is Marrakesh again. Trust, if you guys are thinking of going anywhere, go Marrakesh, one of my favorite countries. Spain, Miami, London, Dubai. It just allows you to travel. And at 19, I never thought I'd be able to get to this point. But, appointment setting and opening up them doors have, allowed me to go and do that. Okay, now it's the beginning of growth, especially if you're looking and you're in a 9 to 5 currently and you're looking in the future to go into something like agencies, drop shipping, brands, editing, etc. It can take a lot of time to learn and manage, making it impossible for you to start with little skill, zero time, and low funds. Okay, appointment setting allows you to work with the skills I will teach you in this video for complete free, along with flexible hours to work, around school until you can replace your income, work full time as an appointment setter, and then from there you can start working on the skills. You have the skills, you have the network, you have results, you free up time. Then you can go, okay, I don't want to be a setter anymore. I now want to start an agency. I want to start this. I have the cash flow. I have the time. I can take this from this, and you can start growing something else along with obviously your appointment setting as well. So it allows you to go in there if you're thinking about further expanding within the future. But don't just start if you've got no experience or anything. Don't just start one of these businesses. It will fail. Okay, it will. It will. Okay. What role to pick as an appointment setter? So let me make myself a bit smaller. So there is a couple roles we can go into. You've got the outbound appointment setter, which I probably wouldn't advise you to go and do. It depends. If you're watching this and you're from the Philippines, you're from India, you're somewhere where it's more of a third world country where English is not your strong suit, for example, your time zone really isn't your strong suit either, and along with that, not too much money is a lot of money in your country. Okay. So this is a good role for them, but if you're in a first world country, outbound commissions, etc., are never going to cut it. Okay, this can be cold calling, social media DMs, emails, etc. Again, I'm going to show you how to do every single one of these roles for yourself, get a high paying role within it, learn how to deliver on the role, and obviously everything behind that. Okay, so outbound setting, like I said, I recommend if you're Philippines, Indian, somewhere for a third world country, this is for you. Now, most of you will be using inbound setting and inbound DMs, where we can work at a 5 to 10% commission inside the business. We get the leads through organic content or through ads, and then we converse with the leads to get them onto a booked call, or we close them in the DMs. The same applies for dialing, just instead of typing, you're calling. So dialing normally has a higher conversion rate because you can directly speak to them, but I know, for example, like myself, I would hate to be an inbound dialer, just personally. Okay, that's just my personality type. I wouldn't want to be one. I'd be a better inbound setting. But I know people, for example, like Nathan, one of our inbound dialers. He's one of the best inbound dialers I've ever seen. Okay, this another desired setting role as inbound dialing usually means they're running ads again. With organic, you have the phone to pick up. For example, Corey, a dialer inside a 7-figure coaching business, he was booking 10 plus calls every single day. Crazy. Okay, and then closer ascension. Most people aim to ascend into being a closer. I'm not going to go over to this today. If you guys want to see a video like this and you want to become a closer from an appointment set, just let me know. We've trained, placed many, a bit like Andrew, just many closers into 10, 12k a month roles. But the main goal is most setters do end up becoming closers. Sometimes they don't want to, sometimes they do. It just depends on the ascension. It's just the commission is more and you can potentially make more money. But if you're happy making less money or because closing, you're on calls all day, if you don't want that, you can stay as an inbound setter. You don't have to ascend, but most people do. Okay, so yeah, let me go into this. What we're going to cover is the training phase, so learning exactly how to become an appointment setter, inbound, outbound, KPIs, tracking, tools, systems, trainings, everything. Placement phase, how we're going to get a job role, how we're going to get a very good job role, how we're going to sign the contracts for the job role, how we're going to get paid for the job role, everything to do with getting that, and then maximizing earnings, tracking sheets, daily reports, really back-end scaling on that to learn exactly how to get the most out of our commission that we have. Quick note, all sheet scripts, tools, and everything, we're going to be giving away to some of you, okay? So make sure you follow and DM us the word tools on multiplysettings.io. It can be the link down below on Instagram, or you can just type it up on Instagram. Do that at the end of the video, and we can just send you all of the tools as well. Just send us some proof that you've obviously watched the video, subscribed, liked, etc. But the link is down below. But let me jump straight into this, and yeah, enjoy the video. So, appointment setting. Let's learn exactly how we can be the best appointment setter, how we can learn the skills, how we can just go from someone that has no idea what they're doing to a very, very certified appointment setter. And then from there, we'll obviously find out how to land a role, how to deliver in the role, etc., etc. So, we now have the ability as the appointment setter. If you've not kept pushing, congrats, but it's now time to become a killer appointment setter to make the most of our commission. Okay, leverage stacking, this is what we're going to cover. Leverage stacking and plus becoming the client, inbound setting, outbound setting, inbound dialing, objection handling, and a live training as well from one of our setters that we personally got on a training call with, so you can see easy things that we can pick up on, changes, etc. you can hopefully learn as well. So let me jump straight into leverage stacking, what it's about, how it works. So what a lot of setters do is they come into a role and they do not enforce what they need out of belief the client should do it. Okay, this is a bad belief clients, people like setters going into roles have. They're like, the client should give me everything. This is not true, and it's not going to happen, and it's a victim mentality. You're going to kind of set yourself up for failure. Then when they do not get results because they do not have the right info, they blame the client. But you can blame the client all you want. They don't make any money. You get fired from the role. So there is a sheet I advise all of you to use. Again, these insights I'm going to be dropping you are crazy, crazy value that you probably haven't seen before. So you can arm yourself best possible for the role, because it is simple as just following it's not as simple as just following a script. You need to have assets and leverage behind you. If you don't have these assets and leverage sheets I'm about to show you, then you're never going to be able to grow in that role. So I recommend everything that I tell you here, obviously DM us or multiply setting to get the access to it. But if I show you something, for example, the leverage breakdown sheet, start building it now. Have it ready, so as soon as you come on board with a new client, you can give it to them, be like, hey, can you fill this out? Cool, done. That's how simple it needs to be, okay? So we can't just turn up empty-handed. So leverage breakdown. The leverage breakdown sheet is going to compile everything they need to provide us to help with objections, okay? So we're going to get objections from clients. I need to think about it. I'm not too sure, maybe in the future. And you're going to get this from pretty much every single client. It's going to be very rare where a client's like, a prospect, sorry, is like, yep, let me sign up, okay? So we need to handle these objections, and the only way we're going to do them is with results, case studies, assets, okay? So follow the sheet below. As you can see here, this is what we give to one of our clients and some of our clients, but this is what, you know, our personal one. So you can see the info at the start of the sentences. Even if you're using the structures, make sure to acknowledge the prospect, just some info about that. But the client's biggest pains, we give them, and we want to know from the client what their prospect's biggest pains are, because they know it best. For example, like as the business owner, and like I always say, as the business owner and also knowing setting very well, I know both angles. Business owners know exactly their targeted pain point and what the biggest problem is. So for example, for us, it's like they're struggling to book consistent calls, struggling to validate a high ticket offer, struggling to build teams and scale and automate, selling clients consistently. Because before you, they spoke to these people, they've met these people, they've networked with these people, they know the biggest pains. So be like, okay, what are the 4 biggest pains? Okay, and they're going to fill that out. Then we want to know the client's goals. So we now know what the pains are going to be, so we can start digging for that as soon as we get in the DMs. But then also, what are the biggest goals? Revenue goals of theirs, X amount of clients, X calls every day. What are their goals? Normally it's the opposite to the pain, but obviously just ask for it as well. Okay. Next I'm going to go over this more in the business breakdown, but the offer breakdown, make sure to just ask them, hey, break down this offer. What's the pricing? How does it work? What are the deliverables? What am I actually selling? As soon as you know exactly what you're selling and you know all the deliverables, it's a lot easier to sell something, okay? And then main results to leverage, if they're a coach, for example, in our case, it could be like scaled a crypto coach to 250k, Ash White 0 to 150 on ads, 12k cash collected, Jason Kubson 5+ calls. If you're an agency, leverage these results, okay? This will allow you to objection handle a lot better, okay, because you know these are the pains you're looking out for. For example, let's say they're struggling to validate a high ticket offer and they're giving you objections, like you're charging 1k and you should be charging 10k. Let's say this is the offer. you could be like, well, personally, we helped Xavier go from charging 1.9K to $14,000 deals by doing X, Y, and Z. He was in a similar situation to you, blah, blah, blah. Book a call. Okay. So it's now helping you have leverage, because if you don't have any of this, you're just waffling. You're just saying random words to random prospects in the hopes they convert, but most likely they probably won't. Okay, then business breakdown. Okay, we need a breakdown of the business. Like I said, what the offer is, the exact deliverables, how it helps in certain situations, pricing, team members, about the actual client himself or herself, further knowledge on the business as a whole. So if it ever comes up in conversations, you have the answers. Obviously, as well, as you start getting these questions, as you will find when you're, setting, they will be like, so how many? Genuinely, like, if it's an older offer, it'll be like, oh, so how many kids do you personally have? You need to know that kind of answer. It sounds weird, but you're going to need to know it. All this personal information, how many team members do you currently have, how many clients you're currently working with. These are questions that people are just going to naturally ask, and you can't just not answer them. You have to answer them. So we need to know exactly what they are, okay? So becoming the client, okay? I wanted to add this in the same section as obviously the business breakdown, getting the deliverables, etc., because it follows the same rule of leverage stack. Most business owners will try appointment setting themselves and then hire a setter, which causes the conversion rate to drop, and no one can ever figure out why, okay? And it's for two main reasons, okay? So when you come into a role, what happens a lot of the time is the client's like, hey, my conversion rate has dropped massively, leave, you're awful, because they've been doing the setting before. But there's two main reasons why this happens, and I want to show you exactly what you can do to make sure it doesn't happen, okay? So firstly, the main issue is they don't know how to speak like the client, okay? You should have a sheet that breaks down the client, or a session where you can really learn them and how they speak, what it is like, their life, etc., so you can speak as if you were them. The reason we need to do this is because the leads will be watching a lot of their content. So if they believe they know someone and how someone speaks, you've got to understand these prospects are going to be watching their content, watching their ads. They're gonna feel like they know that person very deep inside. Now, if they've got this idea in their head, if I go full screen, if they've got this idea in their head of who you are, certain verbiage you use, certain language, certain ways you speak, and then on the other spectrum, you're speaking how you're speaking. For example, if I was speaking how I am right now, but I was in a maybe like 50, 60-year-old's offer, it'd sound a little weird. It'd be like, oh, it wouldn't convert as highly. I'd have to use, I don't know, like sir or so. I don't know. Just you get what I mean, right? Or if I was in a younger role, for example, when I'm selling a younger role, it'd be more like, like, bro, you done this, the X, Y, and Z. And I'll obviously get into this and I'll show you how that works. But we need to align with the actual client, okay? So yeah, another good way to do this is by personally watching their content, learning more about themselves, watching past calls, looking at past DMs as well, seeing just how they speak, how they flow, and everything like that. So yeah, I'd recommend firstly, just get a sheet that just kind of breaks down who are you. What's your age? What do you like doing? What do you not like doing? X, Y, and Z. But then just consume as much of their content as possible, okay? As soon as we can do this, we learn exactly who they are, what they like, what they don't like, and how to speak like them, okay? Now, the second issue that we see after they don't know how to speak like the client, they don't know how to speak to the prospect, okay? Like I was just speaking about, knowing who you're speaking to is key, okay, to the tiniest details. For example, if you're working with an 18-year-old dropshipping coach, you're going to use words like bro, man, my guy, let's get it, killer, shredding it, run it up, okay? You're going to use these words naturally. Whereas if you're working with a financial advisor for 50 plus roles, you're going to use more formal language, okay? Along with different words and approaches with the right punctuation. So you need to know exactly who you're speaking to. Not only this in the way that you speak, but the way you lead conversations. I've seen problems before where we've brought on a setter, and what's happened is we've put them into a role where the client has, they're targeting like mums and stuff for like a fitness offer. It's like mums trying to get in shape. The prospect is speaking as if it's an 18-year-old with no money just getting out of college, like going on the wrong pain points. The pain point of the mum is she can't get in shape while she has to look after our kids. So we need to work around that. The problem isn't a price objection, yet they go straight into like, the price objection, X, Y, and Z, and try and solve that when it isn't that. So we need to know exactly who we're speaking to. This does not just apply for the wording, but also conversating. If the prospect usually have a time constraint around kids, and like I said, miss objection handling that at the start, you're going to get a lot of no's. This is one of the prospect's clients client sheets. You can see here, user avatar, Dan Smith. And again, like I said, I recommend you give this to all of the clients that you get on board. Demographic, what is their average age? What's the gender? What's their occupation usually? What's their salary and dividends? What's their crypto portfolio? This is kind of niche towards crypto, but you know, in their terms, it could be like a finance question, it could be previous experience, marital status, children, like look how in depth that is. Children, 2 kids, 7 and 10, married, location, fears, being too busy, losing money, fear of missing out, fear, challenges, time poverty, information overload, lack confidence, lack of trust, pain points, did not make as much money as desired, previously missed investment opportunities, need someone to walk them through how to navigate the tech, goals, products, bro, there's even here on like sources of info. What do they read? They read stuff like Rich Dad Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich. They read magazines, they read newsletters, Morning Brew, AFR, their social media channels. You can see how in depth this are. So we are speaking exactly to this demographic, this type of audience, so we know how to then navigate it. Okay, so make sure you get this off the client. This is the business breakdown. So now you know the business, and this is before you've even started. This is what we're starting from, like all the way back here to make sure that we can succeed as far front as possible. Leverage breakdown. So what obviously the prospect's biggest problems, becoming the client, learning who they are, the offer, the teams, how to speak like them, and then how to speak to the prospect. Okay. Now we've done that, we have the sheets ready, it's now time to inbound set. I want to walk you in depth A to Z on how to inbound set, so anyone can do this, even from just opening social media. Now, personally, I'm going to first show you on Instagram. All of the platforms are very, very similar. For example, this is Luke's account. All the platforms are going to be super, super similar. X, Facebook, all the same. You're going to follow this same type of order of who I'm going to be going after first and then go from there. Okay, so first one that you'd obviously go for are going to be in the requests. Okay, so if someone's asking you questions, I know there was one that we had to get to. There's a bunch of crazy stuff in requests once you grow a little bit. There was one that I saw the other day, and it was just asking a question about something. But this is where you can start. You know, if people are in here, brother, generally crushing it, you can message them and then start the conversational workflow. Again, I'm going to get into the conversational workflow in a minute. I firstly just want to go through a couple of these, permission, etc. You know, there's. For example, hey, look, just saw your video about charging low ticket. I understand and respect your opinion. I just want to ask about your views on charging lower to start to build a portfolio. Then what the setter would come in here and do and be like, hey, no chance you'd do this. You'd want to do this and this. Do you want to learn how to start charging high ticket? Yes, okay, booking a call. You can then, so this is going to be your warmest place. People DMing you, asking for advice. Okay, so this is going to be step one. Come into here. If you're a setter that's just been placed into a role, come into here, come into the DMs. Again, whether it's Facebook, X, LinkedIn, whatever it is, come into the request message. That's going to be number one. Number two is going to be comment call to actions. Now, you will see less of this on, again, LinkedIn, X, etc. But comments in general, people, again, taking action a step towards you in a very open spot. So let's look at some call to actions that did okay. Let's look at this one. So this one is calling out agency owners by client anywhere from X to X. Again, this depends on if the client does comment call to actions. They may not, which is completely fine. But if they do, this is the second best way to convert them into prospects. Every single one of these leads here, you see, has a problem. They can't charge high ticket, right? Which is why they've commented high ticket to get Luke's free training. Comment high ticket and I'll send you a training over. High ticket, high ticket, high ticket. From this one alone, our appointment setter closed this guy and our appointment setter closed this guy. That's 2 closed deals from a total of 56 comments, but you divide that by 2, you're looking at like what? 58, right? No, 38, so 28, right? You're looking at 28. 28 comments, we closed 2 of them. It's one of the highest leverage points you can go to. Now, if they're not on comments and they're not doing comment call to actions, the next best place to go is their most recent followers, okay? Anyone that started recently following are going to be the people that you want to reach out to because, again, like I said, they've recently started following, they're followed for a reason, they're learning something, there's a reason why they've dropped that follow. They have taken a step forward. Again, this is why inbound setting is so good, is because they're taking a step forward towards you. That's number 3. Number 4 is going to be inbound likes, okay? One of the least warmest out of all of them. But if they like your post, they are obviously, warm, they're liking stuff, but it's a lot less than followers. This is like your last options now, okay? The last option, number 5, I think it is old followers and old likes. So go through any followers that they've had, especially if you're not new to the account. If you're new to the account, you can go back. For example, let's say you just got put into this account. There's technically 6,197 leads that you can go back and message. Again, with like likes on posts, etc., you've got 115 here who you can go and message. Again, same applies for Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, X. Just want to quickly show you in order where you should be going to find the prospects inside of their accounts. I now want to go through how conversations should look. So as I just went over there, inbound DMs, comment call to actions, new followers, story views as well. There just wasn't a story up, and then likes. Okay, so for example, this is how your lead conversation should go. I want to show you some live examples, then I want to go into a live kind of action back and forth. So the inbound script template all follows the exact same kind of process. You find someone from a follower. Let's say someone's just followed you. You then open up the message. Where did they come from? Hey, first name, so you just followed me. Hey, first name, appreciate the comment. Okay, you're going to pair these together. So you're going to send something like, hey, first name, appreciate the comment, or something like that, whatever, they've done. Just opening it up. Why are you messaging me? Okay, just making that super clear. Hey, first name, so you followed me, and then discovery. After that, we want to send that, and then just ask them a question about something, okay? It could be, what's the reason you followed me? Are you in the X space too? How long have you been doing X? How many years have been, just find out that initial phase behind them, okay? For us personally, obviously we help agencies and coaches. We go something like, hey man, appreciate the follow. Are you in the agency or coaching space? Or do you run an agency or coaching business? If they say no, they're unqualified, we don't message them. If they say yes, we now have a prospect that we have the ability to convert into a client. Free money, right? So you're going to have a high response of yes, because most people following will do, okay? So now they say, yep, it could be like something like, now you want to figure out their desired situation. You can obviously go more in discovery, and this is what I'll start to kind of teach you guys is like, now they've said yes. Let's say, for example, you said the agency and coaching thing, they said yes. We now just want to discover a little bit more. We don't want to go straight into a desired situation. We can stay in the discovery phase for a little bit. Cool, man, what offer are you pushing right now? I'm a coach who helps, retirement pensioners build their will or something like that. Okay, let's just say that's their offer. Cool. Okay, cool. That's your offer. How many clients are you currently working with? Still in this discovery phase. Just trying to find out who they are, who they're working with, how many people they're working with, so I could just get a basis. Because if we go straight into, are you working? Okay, what's your goals? It's a bit formal, right? It's a bit too much, okay? How many clients you're working with? Oh, currently working with 10 right now. Now we understand their client situation, which you're always going to need to find the desired situation off the back of something, okay? It could be like, let's say it really depends on the client and the customer avatar. For example, agencies and coaches who I'm targeting want to sign more clients. So I ask them how many clients you're working with, and then their desired situation can be like, how many clients do you want to be working with by this time? That separates the gap, because all we're doing, I don't know if the pen actually allows me to draw on here, is we're building a gap from where they currently are here to over here. This is what we're trying to do, okay? So in this phase here, we want to be just building pain at every single point to get them, because they're just happy, right? As soon as you come into the conversation, they're happy. You now need to bring them over to this stage here, and like moving this kind of phases is building that pain, okay? So yeah. So we now understand the 10 clients. For again, it could be like discovery. It could be like if you're trying to help them save time, if you're helping business owners save time, it could be like, right, I'm going to go with that one. Business owners save time. It could be like, how many hours a week you working on this? 14. How many hours are you wanting to work on this while still holding and scaling the same revenue? X, Y, and Z. If you're setting for a solar company, how much is your electricity bill right now? Or are you currently with solar? No. How much is your current electricity bill? X, Y, and Z. Desired situation. How would it feel if it was this? Just getting them to, what is it now? Desired situation. Get them thinking about that goal and where they want to be to separate. You just want to make this separation. That's all you're trying to do. Separate these two. where I am, where I want to go. Once you've separated that, it's now time to open them up, okay? What's holding them back? So obviously they want, for example, let's say more clients. What's stopping you from achieving that now? Now they're either going to hit you with one of three things. They're going to hit you with an objection like, oh, I will with time. And then you can kind of break it down from there. It could be like, okay, so how many clients have you signed in the past month? Okay, what are you going to do differently from now until then? Oh, I'm going to increase my ad spend. What's your ad spend now? Okay, so if your ads are currently generating a 2x return, it's going to take you a lot longer than that, and it's going to cost you this. Get them to understand the pain. What's holding you back? I can't find enough team members. Okay, just whatever is holding them back from being here to here. This is where the pain is. This holding back line is now where you're digging into. Now, once you find out what that problem is, what's kept you stuck at X for X time, you've sold X and X, that is going to change you from hitting X. Now we want to dig that pain. If it keeps happening, could you achieve X? Or if you stayed the same, would you achieve X? What can be achieved? If you carry on doing this for X time, what will be the result? Make them understand that, look, I'm here, my goal's here. What's holding me back is in this middle line here. But guess what? I can't cross it without help. Right? And if I stay in this position here, which at the start of the conversation they thought was completely fine, they were like, look, this is fine, I'm in this situation here, that's completely, I'm happy, right? Now what you've done is you've allowed them to look at the future, you've allowed them to see what's holding them back, because all inbound setting is clarity, is making them realize, because everyone wants to get to the next level, okay? People with 6-packs want 8-packs. People with nothing want 6-packs, right? Everyone's always searching for the next thing and growing. So there's never a prospect that you can't sell. That's not a thing. Every prospect can be sold. It's just how well you can do it. Then obviously you can book a call. I've helped X people in similar situation do X, Y, and Z. Now I want to show you a live example of how this works. Right, so this is Asha, one of our clients right now, okay? On the 24th of the 2nd, 2024, we just said, hey bro, how's it going? Appreciate the engagement on my page. How's the agency running at the moment? It's fine. Just lost my appointments. They're hiring currently. We knew he run an agency anyway from his page. This stuff you're going to have to learn is go on their page. Be like, okay, find stuff out about them. Okay, do they run this currently? Do they not? Do they do X, Y, and Z? We're building this over time. And again, this lead started back in February 2024. It's only just signed on. You're going to have a lot of leads that are going to, over time, you build. Okay, so appreciate the engagement. Again, we've found out where we've come from. How's the agency running at the moment? We've asked their question about their current situation. So I just lost my appointments. They're hiring another currently. What offer are you pushing right now? So we've acknowledged he's lost it. So sorry to hear that, bro. What offer are you pushing right now? Again, current situation. What are you doing? Discovery. Help online trainers get more clients, content, and appointment sets ready. Awesome, yeah. So a full stack system for trainers. How's it going at the moment? Booking any calls. Now we're looking into, are you booking any calls? What we're gonna then build the goal off of. Okay. I was currently like 1 to a week, but my appointment set fell to 0, so currently 0. Any of those leads converting. Trainers can be tough sometimes. Ha ha ha. So kind of just building that personal approach. It doesn't have to be so like to the T. Any of those, it's going fine. I haven't been seeing big success. Like this guy has a lot of pain, right? I'd love to tell you it comes with time, but it doesn't. It comes with the right strategy, okay? This guy's been doing it for a while, and what you don't want to do as an appointment setter is reassure them, be like, oh, it's all going to be fine. I'd love to tell you it's going to be fine, but it's not, okay? You need the real strategy. How long ago you started now? A few months now. From there, we didn't follow up. It could be, Asha, what's good, man? Been a while. Living the dream, bro. Nice to hear. Why is that? What's good, Asha? How's things, my man? He didn't respond to that, so we followed up. How's things, my man? Business is booming. Do you have any tips for hiring content writers? Yeah, sure. What are you struggling with? So what are you struggling with right now? Writers need to be A quality. Do I need to train someone? Out of curiosity, is it a setup? Not 100%. You can find someone, bros. Don't try finding someone with zero knowledge. Giving him some value on this. Again, it can sometimes take a different approach. Hundreds of copywriters that get 10 messages a day. No, it's not. Editors, but no, I will look into copywriting. Any idea how much to pay? Last thing beginning, I brought the Pro Agent Network. When I write actually good systems. I'm doing 2K a month in revenue. Would you guys take me on a client, or am I too small? Really, there's tons of DMs, blah, blah, blah. Really depends on how much work you give them. Also depends on your margins. Appreciate it, man. Nah, bro. We could set up a call this week. If you're down, go over your offer systems, etc. I can show you what we do at multiplyclients.io. So linking back an account is always very, very key. We can hop on a call. I can't actually take on any clients until I get my systems. So he's already given some type of objections. Send over the calendar. So we booked in tomorrow. Talk soon, etc. So this is this is a very, very warm lead, okay? You're not always going to have this, but this is a lead that has watched the content, has looked at us before, has really followed us, that sometimes you're going to have conversations that are this easy. Asking for a bit of advice, generally asking like, would you guys bring me on board as a client? Like, you're going to have people like this. And sometimes you just have to navigate that conversation. But it all started with this initial approach of finding out how much, do you know what I mean? Like, how's it going? Let's go. Unlucky. Might have something for you. Shooting over assets, for example. This is why we need the info. Client made 14K in one day. Send it over. Then following up. Appreciating the engagement. How's agency running, etc. To a book call. I have another one which is a lot more structured and less warm. So this is a warm example of what you're going to find a lot of the time if they've come from ads or organic content and they know the actual client. You can see here even like, he knows us so much. He asks us like, is this a setter or is this actually me? I put obviously the setter, but no, it's me, bro. But he feels like he's generally speaking to us and has a connection with us. So organic content and ads and all of that is going to do 99% of the selling for you. But here's what to do if it's more of a cold prospect. So we just put, yo, how's it going, Sam? You running a biz at the moment? He just replied, I'm not going to play the voice notes here, but he obviously said yes, and what his offer he's running. So nice, set management is a decent offer. I need 10 systems in order to scale correctly, not have a ton of headaches. Already like planting doubt in his head. It's going to be very hard, right? We did it in the last conversation as well, you know. I would tell it comes with time, but it comes with the right systems. Just dig in that pain, you know. As you go on, just dig in some pain. Going well on my side, so we've obviously just asked, how's it going for you? Close to 225 clients. Again, this is why you need the information. He's asked, how if we ignore that question and we don't know, then it's not good, okay? You got any foundation set up or planning to start the agency a bit down the line, question mark. 100% you're right. Good to hear. Keep it up. Currently in the process of getting things started. X, Y, and Z. Appreciate, bro. Yeah, solid communications, key model, daily check-ins. What are you planning on doing for acquisition? So we've now found the offer. Obviously, like I said, our main pain points that we had on that sheet is booking calls or high-ticket offers. The last guy, what did we do? We went into high-ticket offer first, and then we went into book calls. This one, we're going straight into book calls. Once your client tells you their pain, find their pain straight away. What are you doing for acquisition? Customer client acquisition, you're going to get set as outbound. That could be an option. What are you thinking? Again, especially if you're an authority in the space, the client is, which they're going to be, they're going to ask you stuff like, what do you think? Okay. This guy doesn't really know. He's like, what do you think? Easy couple of clients. You can upsell, start straight away with a few companies, but you need a long-term plan for real scalability. How much is setting/closing making you depends on the upsell. They could be decent clients. So now we're just finding more about their current situation and how much they could invest. Because we've took this, right, as what you think as, okay, wait, they're going to definitely be a client. They're asking, etc. But you need a long-term play, okay? So we're digging in pain. You need a long-term plan for real scalability. That's something I need to do. Average about 4K per month. Decent, bro. What's your targets with the agency? Again, guys, you can all see this in the framework. We've now found their discovery, what they're doing, etc. We're now looking at what are the goals? What's your desired situation? If you're doing 4K a month set in, closing, aim for 20K a month. So we're even digging in pain. You should be at 20. You're at 4, you should be at 20. That's a big gap. Look, they want to be at 20, they're at 4. That's easy, right? We're making this easy, but they're still sat at 4, building that pain. You reckon we're aiming for 10 clients off at 20 defo doable? What are your sales managers at? Yeah, if you go the right way, I've seen so many setters, closers, fry offers like this. So again, digging in pain. I've seen so many people ruin this. I've seen so many people mess this up. I've seen so many people do this, okay? Just have the correct systems, okay? We're digging in that pain. What was the part of the thing? Digging in pain. It doesn't have to go in order. You just have to follow it where it best fits, okay? So we're digging in pain. And then we're pushing for a call because it's like, you know what? They're asking questions. They're seeing if we think it's the right fit. They're asking more questions. Hop on a call, run through your game plan. And then we just answer their question again. This is why we need to know these information. That'd be perfect. What day suits you? Perfect. Booked, calendar, bang, closed. Okay? This is a bit of a colder prospect, but again, this is the coldest that you're going to get. Okay, you're going to have very warm prospects. They're going to ask you stuff because you're not going outbound, you're going inbound. Now, if you're watching this and it seems like a dream, as an appointment setter, it is like, this is how quickly it is. And off of this, we sell a 4K offer. And he takes 7% commission. So I can't work out the maths on top of my head, but it's around $350, right? For this many messages, right? It's that simple, okay? So let me jump straight into now more of a breakdown of actually an inbound setting of how it would look. For example, you've seen some examples here, but let's do a live one with me and you. So let me run through a quick example of what something could look like. So let's say, who am I? Who do I serve? Let's say we serve, you're working for a fitness coach who helps overweight dads get into shape. Okay? They've come inbound. Let's say they've dropped us a follow. Hey, let's say his name's Dan. Appreciate the follow. You currently looking to get back in, or not into, back into. You currently have following a workout program. Now, obviously, they're paying. Obviously, if they are, then they're not a fit customer. But realistically, Dan's going to put something like, I'm going to do brackets for Dan. And he's going to say, again, like I said, these are warm prospects. They're happy to speak to you. They think they're speaking to and one of the best things, if you land a role that is, the prospect doesn't know what an appointment setter is, they generally think they're speaking to the person they think they're speaking to, then the game's complete. You win every single day of the week, because whereas agencies and coaches, I just showed you one there, it's like, am I speaking to the setter? People don't know what an appointment setter is. If you're speaking to an overweight dad, he has no idea what an appointment setter is. So he's going to be like, ha ha ha, at the moment, ma'am, he may say a pain here, he may not. And then obviously that's the opening. We now want to go into discovery. We want to ask him a couple questions, okay? So discovery. Why is that, ma'am? Why is that, ma'am? Something you're looking to do in the new year or something like that. He's going to put, yeah, definitely just a little busy right now. He's going to, like I said, give you an objection. He's busy right now. Your chance to now solve the objection. So if he's busy, we want to discover more of why he's busy. We don't want to now go into desired then thingy. We want to find out more about this situation. So why is he busy? Kids or work. Ha ha ha. Or like a laughing emoji. Again, this is very playful. This is how you'd speak if you were this person. You would be like, oh, bro, blah, blah, blah. Kids or work, ha ha ha. Both. They're 40. They're going to use like a little lol there. Do you know what I mean? Like both lol. Okay, so we know that he has a time constraint. Okay, he has it. We've discovered that. His biggest constraint is he wants to get into shape. He's not in shape. The drawback is time. We've discovered it all already. So we know where he wants to go. Obviously, we can dig a little bit further. I'd go, let's say you had the time. What sort of shape are you looking to get back into? Now, I've been into a lot of these roles and DMs and stuff. This is generally stuff they'll say. It'll be like something like, just losing the weight so I can run with my kids and my wife. Generally, I'm not going to go into like my wife will see me in the bedroom, but that's generally what they would say. Okay, losing the weight so I can run around with my kids. Okay, this guy wants to lose weight, wants to chill with his kids. That is the desired situation. That's a very, very big situation that's holding them back from that. Then you could go into like weight, for example. Again, you would need to know more about the actual offer, like information, like what are their biggest pain points, what weights are they normally, what weights are we trying to get down to. So we obviously already know that their constraint is time. It's not nothing else. They work a job. They've got all this. They probably have the money. They simply just don't have the time. Okay. And especially what a good offer like this, I'd go straight to digging pain. So they can't run with it with his kids. It could be like, I hear that a lot, ma'am. Sad to see. Something like that. And then you could go into, if nothing is done, it never gets any better. Then we could objection handle with the time. It could be like, never gets any better. How many hours a day do you have to make a change? Or something like that, okay? Again, we're going back to discovery of this, but we're digging in the pain. They could be like, man, max 1 hour a day, then more on weekends. And then you could go like, then you could dig more into book a call kind of angle. So he's open for it. He wants to make a change. You've now dug in pain that it never gets any better and stuff like that. It could now be like something like we have, and this is where you need to learn the offers, etc. We have a 1 hour a day workout for people like you, for dads like yourself. This is where, again, you need that leverage sheet. Why? Because this wouldn't work otherwise. If you just say this wouldn't work. We recently helped Phil, same age as you, same area, who went from this to this, pick, and then obviously pick, with 1 hour a day. Something you would look to do the same. Okay. Yes, of course. Of course he's going to say yes to that, but cool. Okay. Here's the link. It could be like, here's the link. Find a time you're free this week and let's get you shredded, man. Okay. Something like that. Something like a excitement statement. But you can see there, what we've done is again, I didn't have all the information. This is like a very rough draft, but you can see how simple it is. Appreciate the follow. So we've opened up where we've come from. You're currently working on a workout program. You're currently following a workout program, So a discovery, just like a discovery. Hand on the moment. Discovery again. Why is that, man? Are you looking to in the new year? Okay, why aren't they? Are they looking to? Yeah, definitely just a little busy right now. So we found the objection already. So we found it very, very early into the conversation. Obviously, you may find it at different stages. You may not find it at the start. He could be like, yeah. He could be very blunt. He could be like, yeah, man. I was like, what's stopping you from doing it now? That could be the other conversation that you go into. Then you would find the problem is time, okay? So any which way, you're trying to just find that objection, okay? Kids or work, being a bit playful, both, lol. Then desired situation, okay? What type of shape you looking to get into? Like, yes, you want to get into shape and follow a workout plan, and you're not happy with yourself, why do you want to even get into shape? Like, what type of shape and why, okay? Losing the weight so I can run with my kids. Dig pain, I hear that a lot, man. If nothing is done, it never gets any better. Digging in that pain. You've been like this for the last year now. You're not getting any better. You're not getting any slimmer. You're not losing any weight. You're not progressing. This isn't going to get better, and it's going to lead to something like, and especially this is a good one, in these type of industries, there's a lot more pain to dig. Because when you're digging in pain about children, and you're digging in pain about family, and you're digging in pain about death, because the simple answer is, if this guy doesn't, for example, let's say get in shape, the worst answer is, in the next 10 years, they're going to have a heart attack and die. That's the biggest pain that you have in the market, okay? So how many hours a day do you have to change? Max 1 hour. They've got something, okay? What you can also do, how many hours a day do you have to make a change? And then you can again be playful. Include TV, phone, wasted hours. And then they can see, I actually do have time, okay? Because everyone has time. Like, everyone has time. There's a bunch of hours in a day, right? You got something like 16 hours, 14 hours in a day, depending on how long you sleep for, whatever. There's enough time. You're fine, right? Book a call. We have 1 hour to work out for dads like yourself. We've leveraged the results. We found the pain. We've dug the pain. We found okay, he wants to get through this. Dig the pain, result, and then obviously book a call. Okay, so That is the inbound setting template. How you're going to find the leads, how you're going to conversate with the leads, the framework, a couple of ones that we've used personally ourselves, which has worked, and then obviously a little bit of a framework from myself. Okay, so hopefully the inbound setting kind of made a lot of sense there. Outbound, I'm going to go through this very, very quickly. Okay, all you're going to be doing is follow the exact same route as this, although prospects are just going to be a lot colder because they haven't watched any of your content, but you just want to hook open up and then go from there, like, oh, you're currently doing this, X, Y, and Z. So the hooks that you can use is there's 4 different types of hooks: guaranteed, result, question, personal. So for the guarantee hook, most of the time you will be given a script if you are in an outbound role, but if you're not, you can do something like this. Guarantee, I don't want to waste your time, but I can guarantee you 120 appointments. This is the guarantee hook. You're going in with the guarantee, something you're interested in. Result hook, you could have guessed it, you're going in with a result. 30 is the amount of clients I brought Sam in April. How many clients are you currently signing in a month? Okay, result. And then we're asking a question. We're always, what we're doing, question, so they can respond. You always want to leave. No, you could send 2, 4, 5, 6, and especially in the inbound as well. You could send 6 messages. The 7th needs to have a question. You need to ask a question for them to reply to simply. Question hook. First name, are you currently booking 10 plus calls a day? A pain, okay? Question pain hook. Personal hook. Hey, first name, love your row of X. Any more coming out? That's more of a bait and switch method. If they respond, follow the same workflow. Very simple. That's how outbound works. Okay, I want to go over it quickly because it's not really needed. Okay, and like I said, you're going to probably get a script anyway. Now, inbound dialing and SMS. One of the most important parts of landing a role is the perception of your account. Okay, so the dialer framework here that I'm going to go into, I want to break down. So inbound dialing and SMS. Firstly, I want to go into a CRM system to show you about normally what you're going to be placed into if you are an inbound dialer or SMS. You're going to be put into some type of CRM system, or alternatively, what they're going to do is have like a Zapier that zaps all of the leads inside. It's going to have their name, their email, their phone number, their form as well, which they submitted. And what you can do if you're on something like Google Voice is you just copy and paste that phone number and call them, follow the inbound approach, which I'm going to go through in a second. Or you're going to be inside of a CRM, which I'll show you now. So this is what a high-level CRM looks like. There are a couple of things that you want to focus on. Contacts. This is going to be where the contact is. You can see I'm the only one here right now. But there's going to be a long list of contacts. You're going to have their phone number, their email, when they were created, their last activity, and their tags. All you want to do is they're going to set up a phone number for you anyway. There's no phone number found, but what will happen is you come to settings, you come to phone numbers, and you add a number. You can get a number from anywhere in the world. You don't use your own phone number, otherwise you're going to start paying tolls and fees and stuff. Just get them. It's like £1.15 a month, $1.15. They're going to have it. If you're calling from Spain, get a Spanish number. If you're not, then get a Singaporean number or wherever. I don't think there's any from there, but there's ones from US. I don't know how far it expands to. I think Australia has one. You see, and then obviously make sure that they have a phone number. Once they have the phone number, like I said, you're going to find all leads here. All you have to do is click the phone number, which you'll copy. Obviously, it will open up this as well. And then you can just click that, paste in, dial them as normal. And then what you can do as well, it doesn't say it here, but there'll be an SMS tab. You click SMS and you can SMS them as well. That's how simple it is. You can also use opportunities, for example. So once a lead comes in, you can add a pipeline, create a new pipeline. It could be just like, I don't know, leads, whatever. Stage name, it could be opt-in, okay? This could be the first stage, okay? They opt in, and then from there, I don't think I did it right, but opt in, then you can move them over, and then you can go from there. I'm not going to go into it, but you can do that. But these are the contacts, okay? This is what you're going to have to be looking at. Very simple. And the other one, like I said, is, again, very, very simple. You just go for like a Google Voice you use for business or personal use. It's a bit like this. You literally just press make a call, copy in the phone number which came into the CRM, and then you can SMS them as well. Dialing, getting in is very simple. All leads are created equal because there's no like comic CTA, etc. They're just numbers, okay? And then you can just obviously start dialing. Now, the reason we have normally zaps in and etc. and the reason why inbound dialers make more money genuinely is just for the reason of speed to lead, okay? And why it's so important for one is because you have to call them while they're still on the landing page. So the reason we get zapped it in and dialers have to be so alert on their role is because if we don't call them within 5 to 20 minutes, they're gone. The lead's gone. The chance of every minute we wait is a minute that the chance of closing reduces drastically, like significantly. Okay, and we want to call them at least 3 times in the first hour. Soon as we get their attention, their pain is at the highest. They've opted in, they want to solve this pain, they're struggling with something. If we can get them on the phone while they're at the peak of their pain, hey, just saw you opted into this, I know obviously go through the dialer framework, we're going to have the highest chance of booking them in a call and getting them closed because their pain is the highest. Like I said, the further we leave it, the less likely. If they don't answer, we can obviously then move into SMS as well. But that's what I want to say. Speed to lead is super important. So if you are going to be a dialer, I would keep that in mind. You have to be on your toes all of the time. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on a lot of money. So the dialer framework, okay, a very similar framework to the inbound framework, just on a calling kind of answer, right? So obviously these are text. So if no answer, you can leave a voice name. Hey, name is your name. Calling on behalf of name from company. They asked me to personally reach out to you to speak about the free training you opted in. Either message me back or call me back if you have 5 minutes. Thanks. Okay. Text. Hey, name is your name from company name. Asked me to reach out after you opted into free training. Mind if I ask a few questions? These can just be the SMS you can send if they don't answer, or the voice message. But this is what it is. They'll answer, ring, 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 ring. Hello, is this Thomas? Yes. Who is this? They're not going to know who you are. Okay. Yes. Who is this? Let them know who you are. So, hi Thomas. My name is Harvey, calling on behalf of Luke from multipleclients.io. He asked me to personally reach out regarding the free training you opted into 3 minutes ago. Do you have a quick second? Yes or no? Okay, no worries. Is there a better time that I can call you back? Yeah, call me back here, or no, just don't call me back. What's the reason? Okay, blah, blah, blah. Yes, cool. Okay. Yes, perfect. Just so I can help you better, can you explain to me your current situation? Again, we're going through the current situation, desired, etc. So no, if they say no, why is that? Just a few questions. I can give them advice, etc. Just re-loop. If they reply, they're doing X. We can obviously dig more into this again. It's more like, okay, so right now, for example, let's say another random thing. Let's say they've opted into some type of like solar offer, right? They're looking to get solar, or like a new roof. Like there's this new central heated roof or something like that. It doesn't have to be an offer then. It could be like, oh, so you're currently looking into blah, blah, blah roof. Can I ask you current questions about your own? Cool. How much you currently paying a year in electricity bills? Like just the normal discovery that you need to know. And I'd recommend you build this out yourself beforehand off of their pain points. How much it costing you? What's the reason that you're looking for a new one? Just finding out what's the reason, why is it pain of this, this, and this. In that discovery phase, don't leave the discovery phase until you found the pain. Okay, the pain is they're paying more in bills because it isn't as good as heating, or it keeps falling off, or it's not very good quality, or it doesn't look quite nice and it's a status thing. Whatever it is. Would I be wrong in assuming your goal is to do X? Would I be wrong in assuming your goal is to, reduce your energy bill, or to, do this, or whatever they've said their pain is, or whatever you found out their pain is? Would you be just reaffirm it to them? Would I be wrong to assume that your goal is this? Yes. Okay. Cool. Proof. Name and the team have helped people in similar situations. So now we want to just reaffirm it. So it's like, okay, so your goal is to reduce this. Okay, cool. We just recently helped Natalie reduce her bidding by 80% by getting this solar, this blah 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 installed. Okay, you go, oh, okay, that's cool. Obviously, if they're in denial, you can obviously break it down, etc. Objection handle. Then you can book a call. These are very quick. Okay, these are a lot quicker than inbound DMs because you're on the phone. So it's like, okay, I'll just help this person do this. Is that something that you'd be looking to do yourself? Okay, you're leveraging someone else and getting them there to the desired situation. So they want to reduce it 80%. Okay, cool. So our team, okay, cool. Are you ready? Are you free tomorrow for a quick call, a 15-minute call with the team, so they can just run you through exactly how it works, what it looks like, etc. Blah blah blah, and they can run you through if it's the right fit for you. Yep, cool. Okay, cool. What time are you free? Okay, cool. I'm gonna send over a booking link, booking confirmation to your email. Can you please reaffirm your email? Type in the email, send over the book call. Okay, awesome. Just sent that over to you. Can you let me know if you received that? Cool, got that. Okay, awesome. If you just want to fill it out, I'll obviously help you run through it, and we can go from there. Okay, cool. Make sure you stay on the phone while they book this call. Don't let them go do it because they just won't do it. But like, okay, cool. So obviously your name, etc. You want to tick box this, this, and this. Okay, awesome. Are you at this, this, and this? Tick box, etc. Okay, cool. Schedule call. Cool. That call has just come through on our end. That is perfect. I'll see you tomorrow on that call. Okay, amazing. Speak to you soon. Okay. Then obviously if you need to objection handle a bit like the inbound DMs, you can leverage objection handle, etc. So now again, let's do some role play. Let's go through. Let's see what would work best. So again, very simple structure, very similar to the inbound. I kind of did just kind of go through it. So maybe it is a bit pointless if I go through it again. Yeah, I'll be honest, I kind of just went through that. And then obviously with the SMS, just follow the same approach as the inbound as you would with kind of messaging, because you're messaging the exact same way, just obviously with a different hook. But yeah, I kind of just went through that with the electrical, of the roofing, sorry. So yeah, that's how it works. Okay, I'm not going to do it again. There's no point. I'm just going to be typing the exact same stuff. Okay. So objection handling. Now we've obviously inbound dialing, whatever it is. We're getting on. We're on like 50 minutes so far, which is crazy. We still got a lot to go. So objection handling. Objection handling is a big part of becoming a certified appointment setter, because the only thing holding you back from these simple questions, these simple frameworks, and a call is objections. That's the only thing. If it was as easy as some of the ones that I've showed you today, life would be beautiful. Life would be amazing, right? But it's not, okay? So that's the only problem that we're going to find is objections. People not wanting to go forward due to different reasons. There's a bunch of different reasons. It could be the fact that they're unsure in themselves. They don't have the money. They don't have the time. They don't think it'll work. They are scared of what people will think of them. They're scared of taking the risk. They're currently doing this. Objections span to the end of the universe and back. It's just about what is the actual objection behind the objection, okay? Like what I need to think about. Okay, what do you need to think? And I'll go for it now. So 50% comes from the skill of being able to understand the prospect's objection and find out where that fear is coming from, then talking them down from it. Because you're going to get hit with, I need to think about it, or something along those lines. Something that is just like, stopping you from doing it, okay? But most people see this as, I need to think about it, and be like, oh, yeah, of course, go think about it. No, that's not what we want to do. That's an objection. That's with something that we call in kind of like sales is a smoke screen. People hate being honest. People hate being. It's why we have fake people. It's why people are fake in the world. Is because people don't like to just be honest. Like, I don't like you. I don't want to do this. If everyone could say that, then perfect. By saying I need to think about it, he could be saying, or she could be saying, I don't want this. This product sucks. I don't want this. This makes no sense. I don't have the money. I'm broke. That's what they're saying, but obviously you don't want to say that, okay? For sure, I just sent a lot of info to you. What exactly is it that you need to think about? Okay, just asking the question. Everything, okay? Even more objections, just everything. Let's put money aside, okay? So now we're just trying to find out, is it a money objection? Is this something you would look to move forward with? The money isn't the issue, okay? Disqualified that objection. So like I said, you're going to find your most common objections, and again, you're going to find this from your client previously, is money, time. Money and time, really, right? Money, time, or value. They either don't have the money to invest, they don't have the time to do this, or think they have the time to learn it and implement it, or they don't see the value in the actual product or the service. They're the three that we're going to find. So we're disqualifying that. Money isn't the issue. Okay, money, done. So it's either time or value, okay? So no worries. So what is it about the program that's stopping you from getting started, okay, to get to their desired outcome? Okay, so we found that it's a program issue. I don't know if I'll have the time. So it's nothing about the program. If they would have said, I don't know if it's going to get me to this guarantee, okay, we could have then leveraged the guarantee. Oh, but we guarantee this. Okay, so it's just about, so now we found out that it's a time objection. It's not an offer objection. It's not a money objection. It's a time objection. So let's now solve that objection. And the best way to solve objections is by leveraging other people. We have a lot of women like yourself, super busy, which is why we accommodate the program to people like yourself. How many hours a day do you work with a kid? Don't just say, oh, this many hours. Understand it again. Find out further. I work with mine 5 to 9 kids every day till they're super 8. Okay, Jenny, we have a 3-day intensive program fit for 9 to 5 workers. It requires 3 days, which will get you to the desired results. What I would do here is leverage someone else, just like we helped Kirsty. Exact same situation as you. 4 busy kids, 5, 6, and 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't even know if that's possible. Like 5, 8, 19, 10 or whatever, right? Who was able to get into this shape, picture in picture, or was able to do this and this in just 3 hours a week, or whatever it is. Okay? Is that something that would work better for you? Yes. Okay. As you can see, the objection handling is finding out if it's price, time, trust, or value, or doubt. Okay. There's trust and doubt as well in there, in yourself as a person, or whatever else it could be. I need to think about it. I'll get back to you. Could mean anything, is for us to solve it. Now, the other 50% is purely knowledge and result, which is why we obviously have them sheets that we ask them to fill out at the top. Is I'll get back to you. Okay, Matt, what is it you think about before getting back to me? I don't know if this will work for me. What's the difference between you and result? If you have a result, you can pretty much handle any objection, because you can then just say, like, look, your objection means nothing because someone else who has the same problem as you got the desired outcome. If you can have a result for every objection, which is I recommend you try and get done for, just like, if they don't, be like, okay, look, we're going to get objections, time, value, this, and this, okay? Our ICP, for example, like we were just going over with like the mums, for example, their problem is mainly going to be money or time. How can we solve this? Okay, we're going to do this and this and this. Okay, this result is what we're going to pair with this objection, and it's going to work. Okay, and then obviously sell something similar. Possible to get rid of the objection is very easy to sell. So that's objection handling, kind of like 101, 50-50 rule. Now, live training. This is a shadowing session of not myself, but my business partner, Luke Jackson, shadowing one of our setters that we placed into a role. It was an inbound DM role, which they were setting and closing in the DMs. It was a low ticket offer, but it was an offer that did around $20,000 a month and beyond. So yeah, let me just show you a little bit behind that. I think the shadowing session went on for like an hour. I'll show you like 15 minutes of it. But this is going to be super valuable on finding the leads, sending messages to the leads, objection handling, following up. And Luke's going to give insights to the setter, which you can also take your as well. So I'll see you after that in the next module. Right, now we've become a certified appointment setter. We know how to appointment set. We know where leads are. We know how to conversate with leads. We know how to objection handle. We know how to find the desired. We know everything, right? It's now time to get a role as an appointment setter. Obviously, over time, you'll learn more following this channel, working with us, etc. You're going to learn more about appointment setting, but going off of that, that's most of the stuff you need to know with appointment setting, okay? Step one, this free course. This is obviously step two. I'm going to show you from two angles how to get hired. Two unique angles. Having scaled my own agency to 40K a month and having to hire world-class talent and world-class appointment setters, what I personally look for as a CEO, along with me training and placing 200+ setters, what the biggest companies and people look for, okay? What we will cover: account position, location finding, guaranteed role outreach script, the easy route, and then contracted into the role. So let me jump straight into account positioning. One of the most important parts, and I would personally say probably the most important parts of landing a role, is your account positioning and back-end perception. Such as, for example, we're leveraging places such as like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, which is where we're going to be outreaching on. When they click and see your account, this is where everything happens, okay? This is where they're going to find out more about you, and that perception is key. This is what I look out for. Like I said, I've worked with the biggest coaches, the biggest agencies in the space. This is what they're looking for as well. When I send over a setter to them and place them in their business, they will not take the setter unless they have this on their account, and I'm about to show you it now, okay? If I get 20 applicants for a role before I look at their message, I look at their account, and if it is not set up in this exact way, I don't open it, meaning 15 out of 20 are excluded straight away. A myth I hear is getting lost in the request. Trust me, I've been in accounts with millions of followers. Every DM gets opened, right? I don't think you understand. Like, people and humans are desperate creatures. I don't know how to explain it, but like, every DM, I promise you, and this stands for everything, okay? Millions, genuinely, million followers. They're getting hundreds of DMs every single day. They're opening out every single one. Trust me. People have an addiction to this stuff. So you're not getting lost. They just don't care about your stuff, okay? Plain and simple. And that also applies if you've ever tried to message someone, a girl or anything like that, and they haven't responded, that you did not get lost in a request, buddy. Trust me. So let me show you firstly two good accounts that I'm personally a fan of, and then I'm also going to show you two bad accounts which I'm not a fan of. So I personally don't know who these people are. I've just picked some random accounts that I know their setters. If this is you, apologies, not really. Your account is already optimized, okay? If you need some help, just putting your page in here. If you need some help, message me on Multiply Setters, and I'll personally just give you a full review of your account and I'll help you out. And I'm also kind of just reviewing it now. So these are the two accounts. This guy's actually started, okay, so this is a little bit newer now. But this guy here, personally, no posts, No idea who he is. No idea if he's a real person. Profile picture, he's got sunglasses on. He's not taking this seriously whatsoever. HTS, people don't know that's high ticket sales. They don't really know your appointment setter. Then free sales training and job post, okay, inside of here. The messaging's weird. You're kind of targeting setters, but you're not explaining you're a setter. No post, no profile picture. And then inside of here, the only thing that I'm a fan of is you've got a story highlight, awesome. And then this, where you can't even really see what's going on. They're the two problems, okay, with this account. This account didn't have this post. It came out 4 days ago, but it didn't have this post when I started. I don't mind this. This is good. This is a good start. Post, see you're a real person. See you've got some lifestyle, high perception, perfect. Compute high ticket sales, perfect. Super low followers. If you have to buy followers, buy followers. Where you're from, perfect. High ticket setting, perfect. And then we just need story highlights. Okay, who you are on the story highlights, a bit like the last person, along with results as well. And then tagged post as well. Okay, you just and this profile picture is super blurry and you can't see who you actually are. It's very hard to see. Okay, now two accounts that I actually don't mind. Okay, and again they still have their problems, but you know, they don't mind. But Catiano, we actually placed him into a role. But appointment setting, living in Michigan, perfect. Okay, bunch of pictures about him. You can see he's a good guy, plays soccer or football, whatever you like to call it. This guy's a real person. Like, I want to work with him. You can already see the whole difference in just vibe behind it. It's like, look, this guy's a real person. He's not afraid to show himself. I can look at what he does. He has good engagement. He has a good amount of followers. He's known by people. He's followed by people. He's just a popular guy. Like, people want to work with people that are people. If you've got 5 followers with no likes, no connections, no posts, don't know who you are. The only thing which I would use, which I don't know why he hasn't used, these are cool. I would add more of these, but also just the results highlight. Get more results. Along with this, and I'll go into this, a couple things. Tag post. Again, it shows people are sharing him. People know who he is, etc., etc., etc. This is awesome. Teddy, this is probably one of my favorite accounts. Very clear pictures. Again, lots of likes, popular person, known person as well, and you can see exactly who he is. Okay, you can see he's an actual real person. Along with this, he's a setter. The only thing I would have liked to add this is a bit more about him, not about him, but like where is he from potentially, appointment setter, etc. Good amount of followers, good amount of following as well. Two posts. He's also got results. He's only got 2, which is cool, but that's great. He's got one with his girlfriend. I'm not going to show that, but he's got one with his girlfriend. I'll probably have one of himself as well. Then he's also got tag posts. He's got tag posts to show that he's a real person. And then he's also got tag posts with, I assume, his girlfriend again. Okay. So he's also followed by people within the space. So he's known by like certain people, which is great. Bigger people within the space as well. Okay. So especially mutuals is massive. So that's an account that I personally very much like. But an ideal setter account, I want to go into here because obviously I believe that, I think his name's Teddy's, is the best account that I've seen so far. Teddy. Okay. He's got the best account I've seen so far, but there's still definitely some stuff which I think would help him a lot. Okay. All stuff that he's done well. I'm going to tick stuff he's done well, stuff that I'd change. Clear profile picture. You can see his face and he's a real person. Amazing. Have one story picture of your life. He kind of has this. I'm going to put a question mark. Kind of has another with results. Okay. Clear pictures of yourself. Cool. The only kind of critique I'd maybe has is it makes him seem a little young the way that he's posing and stuff, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna lie. Mutuals are by far one of the most important aspects. If you're known, again, if you're known and have followers and you're a known person, popular person, people want to work with you, make it clear what you do. If you can, add an authority statement, such as like booked X calls, generated X in sales, and especially have where you live. So there's 2 lines I'd probably have, and probably put appointment before the setter, popularity being known in the space. But apart from that, and adding maybe one more story highlight of himself, and then maybe add in 2 lines to his bio, he pretty much has a 10 out of 10 account. Okay, I'd right now give it like a 9 out of 10, but if he messaged me, I would respond. Okay, now speaking from someone that hires setters, I would respond to this account, but I wouldn't respond to pretty much most of the others that I've already showed you. Okay. Along with this, only real improvement, blue tick if you can. I think you've got to be 18 plus, which is the only kind of issue and constraint. But blue tick, helps you stand out, shows that you're a real verified person and that you're not a scam fake account. Very, very good. Okay. I will be personally reviewing some of your accounts. So if you just go to Multiply Setters, again, link in description, or on Instagram, DM me, rate, and I'll review your account. I'll send you over a voice message. You'll be like, hey, change this, change this. I'm going to do this for like the first 10, 20 people that DM me. So make sure that you get to it as soon as possible. I'll obviously respond and help you guys out. Okay. Now, this does not just apply for Instagram, but all platforms apply the exact same way. The only addition is having a banner is realistically the only change that's going to be there. If you're on Facebook, X, they all still have bios. They all still have profile pictures. They all still have story highlights. They all still have these, followers, etc. The only thing that changes is a banner. I'd use your company logo if you have one. If you don't, just a high perception background. Literally a picture of New York or something. I don't know. Just literally open up your phone. Go to like photos. Let me pick one. What's a cool picture? Cool. Find picture here. This is a cool picture. That is now your banner. I don't know if it goes that way. It don't go that way. But that's your banner. Simple as. Okay, cool. Location finding. We also need to now look at the best place to find job roles. So, a couple of ways to look for roles. I want to go through a couple of my favorites, a couple of best ways to do it. Firstly, just go. You can either go into appointment setting groups and you can look for roles. Or what you can do is you can go into... So, okay, let me kind of break this down. So, you have two options in appointment setting roles, right? Or groups, okay? You're either going to find the members in there looking for appointment setters, or they're going to be able to partner you up. For example, like our own community, Multiply Setters, we partner you up guaranteed. So it's like you will be partnered anyway, so you get to kind of skip this whole thing. But there's a bunch of different ones on school that you could go to as well. Or just go to any type of coaching program that would need them, or anything, right? It could be, let's find something. AI automation. These guys are all going to need setters. Let's go into, especially coaches. Coaches works really well. They're all going to need setters. Expert coach. These guys are all going to need setters. Training academy. These guys are all going to need setters. These guys are 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 going to need setters. All these guys are going to need setters. So what you can do is you could join a community that, let's say, needs appointment setters. So it could be like fitness coach. Something like this, right? Fitness mama, right? We could go inside of here. Maybe, to be fair, this probably isn't the best example, right? Fitness mama is not doing it. But, you could find one, right? They more need to be coaches than anything, like helping coaches, if that kind of makes sense. Not just, obviously, like Adonis Gang, for example. A lot of these guys inside of here build personal brands. You can join the group. Once you join the group, you're going to have access to be able to see all of the members. You can just then start DMing them from there. Go with the outbound approach, and this way you can start using, I'm going to show you approaches. But school is one of a good way. You're going to find a lot of communities. You're going to find a lot of people. Great way. Another great way you can use it is from Instagram, going from people's pages. So I don't know why I came off of that. So, for example, Bastian Slot, right? Massive guy that helps coaches within the space. He's going to have a lot of coaches following him, okay? So if you go through his followers, you can go through his comments, you can go through his likes, etc., and just find people that would be open to this type of job offer, okay? Again, you can go and find different people within the space that would need roles that you can then go and leverage, okay? Other big people, for example, like Jeremy Pogue, I know would be one. You can go through all of these type of followers that he has and all of these likes, although most of these guys aren't doing too well at the moment on the likes. And you could just go through and be like, okay, this been liked by this person. Let me try and find Steve Buss. Nope. Mr. Christopher. He looks like he's starting out. If you're a coach, real estate portfolio, build confidence and gain time. Okay, cool. Drop him a message. Okay, and this is where we can obviously start landing our roles. So Instagram's another great way to obviously find them, especially if they have like roles, etc. Third best is going to be on Facebook. Just type up like appointment setters. And you'll see stuff like phone appointment setter, location remote, compensation $4,000 base, 7% OTE. The only problem is these are going to be a lot harder to get into because there's going to be... This is like the most oversaturated method while getting into some of the worst roles, if that kind of makes sense. Like These guys don't always have the best roles. Like, this isn't bad. Like, hiring 2 closers, 4 setters, 650k, 5 to 7k per UK, US. Any referrals, 1k. But you can see Facebook, you can get messed around a lot, etc., etc. So I would recommend using this, but it's not always going to be the best option in the world. Finally, Upwork. You can use Upwork. Wouldn't really recommend it unless you're someone that is an outbound setter from the Philippines, India, or somewhere like this. That's going to be a great way to get your kind of first job role and start building, results, rapport, etc., and then scaling your way from there. So there are the best locations in kind of order, in my personal opinion, on where to kind of get hired and where to be looking for job roles once you're ready for them. Okay. Now, guaranteed role outreach script. Once we find these, prospects that we want to start working with, potential clients, etc., we want to start outreaching them to them. Okay. Now we have a dialed in profile. We now need to capture their attention and convert them into booked calls. Like I said, these guys all look at the requests. We now need to our account is perfect. We now need to just make sure that the message that we send over is perfect as well. Okay. So now I've seen so many people get this wrong. So let's first look at some cooked outreach methods. Hey bro, Luke Miller sent me here. I'm a hungry, consistent, coachable, and hardworking individual that knows as a psychologist how to sell and motivate people at the same time, which means more and better clients. If you're serious about growing the business of your clients, then we can definitely plan in an interview, and I'll show you what I can do. Too direct, pushing for an interview without really knowing anything about him. Does he have previous experience? Does he do X, Y, and Z? Enough value or insight. What I will say that he's done very, very well in this message is listed characteristics which we're looking for. Hungry, consistent, coachable as a psychology student. Perfect. Move that to the side. We now need to frame it in a way that isn't pitching for an interview, because as a busy business owner, I hate hopping on calls. I try and optimize my life to hop on as least calls as possible. Most business owners do, because calls are going to be the things that hold you back from one, personal free time, two, doing stuff. Okay. So I always aim to not get on interviews. So we want to push for something else. And we also need a bit more details. It could be like, hey bro, look at me here. I'm a hungry consistent from the US. Previously worked on previous 2 years experience. Or you could even say, I have no experience, but I have this, and this. Okay, but I would prefer, obviously, previously worked in this role. Obviously, blah blah blah. Not if you're serious about growing your business. It's like, I am obviously serious. That's kind of like an insult towards a business owner. Look at it as like, if you're serious, I am serious. What do you mean? Like, you're now kind of digging at the business owner, which they don't like and they don't want to see, as they have an ego. You're going to find them with the biggest egos possible. As soon as you start digging at them, they're going to close off. They're not going to speak to you. So it could be something like, so obviously I've got 2 years experience. I think I'd be a great fit for your appointment setting team. And then from there, we can move into something like, is it cool if I send over a 1 minute video going more over about myself? Or it could be like, is there any room right now in your team? ? Okay, we don't want to pitch for that interview straight away, because I have no idea who you are. I don't know what you do. I don't know anything about you. Let me ask some more questions first. So we want to open it up to, instead of, I'll show you what I can do. It's not even a question like, are you free for an interview? ? This is an open-ended statement. Okay, how am I going to respond to this? We want an actual question of like, is there anything else you'd like to know? Is there space on your team? Blah, X, Y, and Z. Are you currently hiring? This one is completely cooked. Hey, Luke, open to chat about appointment setting. Hey, Luke, open to chat. What about appointment setting? No clear goal. No idea who they are. No idea what they do. No idea if they have previous experience. No idea if they're here to waste my time. Nothing about them. Okay, there's no information in that first message. Leave them. Get them gone. Don't want to speak to them. Okay? So, a couple of approaches. There's 2 outreach methods that are superior and will land you a dream client. Firstly, we have the direct loom approach. Now, I'd recommend this if a prospect puts out a story, or if they've put out a job post on, let's say, Facebook, and they're looking for this, because it's going to take you some time to do. For example, this is a loom that we got sent. Let me just copy it. Right, one sec. So I'm going to play a bit of this video now. It's just a bit like why you should hire. I wouldn't do this at the start. I would rather put more about me, more about my name as an appointment setter, not why you should hire me. And then he did a very good job of info about me. I'm this years old. I'm seeking an appointment setting position. I'm in this time zone. I would have added a bit more about my previous experience, but I think he does go on to this. Current experience, appointment setting at sales at Toyota, 50 meetings monthly, phone and email leads. Previous experience, appointment setting for mortgage brokers, cold calling leads, generated millions in loans, invested into high ticket programs. This is very, very good. If you've invested into stuff, you have a much higher rate of succeeding because he's very serious about himself. People that don't invest aren't serious about themselves. They're less likely to get the role. Coaches have generated over millions, invested 4 figures into myself. Okay. Strengths, adaptability, competitive, continuous improvement, consistency. This is all stuff that you want to location. Why he does it? What's the reason you're even doing this? Location, freedom, love the work, natural progression. All stuff that you want to look out for. So this is very good. Personally, I don't like how the presentation looks. I think the perception's quite low, but you get the idea. I like how it's framed, and I like how he's pushed his strengths, his weaknesses, his previous experiences, his current experiences, why he does it, and everything like that, which I think is great. We can see as well, he's done this perfectly. So he's replied to a story. I'm from Aussie, have experience, I can send over a loom. What's good, bro? Crypto knowledge. Just a few questions. Cool. Hopped on a call when he got the role. I think we got over 50 applicants for this role. He got the role. Why? Because he sent over a Loom video, okay? And I saw that he'd invested in himself, saw he knew what he was doing and everything like that. So personally, direct Loom approach is one of my favorites. Another one could be like a direct result approach. If you have results, it could be like first name. I'm a setter that generated person X result in X time without them doing Y. I don't want to waste your time on a call if a quick fit, if it's a good fit, 2-minute video, breaking it down myself. So again, we're trying to push over a Loom, but we're asking for permission first to go and do that. And then if reply X. Now, another one that I actually haven't put here, which I would have liked to put, is more of like a Loom message approach. Okay. And I'm going to just add it in now. Loom message approach. Now with the Loom message approach, how it kind of works is you're kind of breaking down the Loom in words. It could be like, hey, first name, her first name, I'm a setter from the UK, looking for a role. I have X previous experience, been setting for this long, recently invested into this sales program. Do you have space on your team for another hungry appointment, sir? Okay, you're kind of just condensing the Loom into a message. I like this. This is great. Cool. I just wanted to add this quickly. Bait and switch. Then finally you have the bait and switch where you converse with them into more of like a conversation. It could be like, loved your reel with X, any more coming? How's it going, man? Can I ask a quick question? Just the goal is to get your foot in the door, okay? Loved your reel with X, any more coming? How's it going, man? Can I ask a quick question? Just really getting that down, getting that, understanding. All of that, okay? And then from there, you can more go again with like an inbound conversational approach. It could be like, so, do you currently have any setters on your team? No, how much you currently, no, you probably wouldn't ask how much you're currently doing, but you can then go along with those lines like, oh, you're looking for an appointment setter. I didn't get a message from your team when I followed you. Do you have any appointment setters? No, I don't. I think it'd be great. Let's do a 7-day test trial, or let's do this, or let's do this. Like, you can start then conversating with them to get in. Now, the easy route, a lot of you sometimes are here just for the easy route. I know I'm going to hold my hand up. I'm here for the easiest routes of all times. I will say I've taken some of the easiest routes of all time. I invested like $9,000 into a program when I started. That gave me everything I needed to know. I've done, do you know what I mean? Like I've always tried to take the easiest route possible because I hate doing a bunch of work and stuff when I could just skip my way to the front. So sometimes it's okay to take shortcuts and the easy route. It's what most of our students have done. We placed Katie owner for Jason Cooperson, cash collected 18,400. Smith Reese. We placed Andrew, who's making now 10 to 12K a month. Ricky was placed in, set into Julian Corzo. You can check out our Instagram. We only just started it and we're only just putting in our client results now and testimonials, but you can just see a couple of results here. Ricky, Kationa, Elias, Andrew, you can see Nathan there as well. And we're obviously just posting these every single day, just really building up this account as we have a bunch to going up. But yeah, getting a dream role is not hard without connections. Getting a dream role is hard without connections, as you're alone competing against everyone. I don't know how many views this video is going to get, how many views I'm going to accumulate on this channel, but you're all competing against each other. Why not just skip that process and skip the queue? The students you see here working with us directly, there's a link down below to check out Multiply Setters. Now, there's no need to go and enroll or do anything like that. I'm just saying it's a guaranteed placement. We give you further training past this. Hours, I think it's like 20 plus hours worth of content of training, weekly calls with our personal setter to Q&A, help you, and a guaranteed placement. Like, you're guaranteed to get a role. Okay. So you can check that out. If not, no worries. The free course is still going to help you become a killer. But just letting you know, obviously we've done a lot of this, and you can see this is our first video that we've ever posted. This is a newer offer that we're pushing. We did a test trial with obviously all our clients, and they all shredded it. It was amazing. We've been doing this for a while now. This is the only time we've started to really push it, marketing, like organic content, etc. Like I said, it's my first video you're ever going to see on the channel. A lot more to come, but we've done this previously for like 10, 20 setters now, and a lot more. But 10, 20 that we obviously have here that we can show you. Okay. Contract in the role. Now, contracting the role is crucial, especially if they're not a massive brand or company, due to the risk of getting scammed. A lot of people I know, especially agencies, scam you. I will be honest. A lot of big, small agencies scam you because they just don't have the money. So when you join, make sure to get a contract. If they don't have one, you can use one that we have at Multiply Setters. Now, this is the one that we give to everyone inside of Multiply Setters. I unfortunately can't give you this, but you can have a look at it. Okay. The following agreement between name and name, statement of what you're going to be delivering, your base plus comms, privacy and confidentiality, terms of payment, acceptance. Just so you know, you're going to get paid. Just so everyone knows what your job role is. Just so you know what you're getting paid. Terms of service, everything like that. Okay. So that is pretty much, I think, everything to do with getting a job role. You can either, like I said, firstly, optimize your account. Secondly, find a perfect place. Thirdly, outreach. But if you want to just skip all the outreach, the accounts, all of that, just Multiply Setters link down below. And then obviously contract yourself into that role as well. Finally, what I'm going to be going over, I know this has been a bit of a long one so far. This is nothing, by the way, like on my main channel for like helping agencies and coaches, it's just a bit of a waffle. But I made I think it's 12 hours. I made a 12-hour course. This is going to be like 1 hour 45, maybe 1 hour 30. So I made a 10. So my mouth started to hurt, but I'm going to finish it off now. I'm going to jump straight into the daily reports, the KPIs, the tracking. So once you're in the role, what that looks like, how you're going to perform the best, and from there. So I'm going to take a little bit of a break, but I'll see you guys in about 5. Welcome to Multiply Setters, tracking KPIs and obviously tracking data, sending data reports, everything else we would need to do within kind of the tracking sector, right? We've now obviously landing our role. We've learned how to become an appointment setter. It's key that we now collect the data, send the data, and know stuff is actually working. You know, if we can't know if something's working or not, we're never going to be able to grow. We're never going to be able to change. So there's 3 main reasons. Very clearly states what commission that you're owed if you book a call, if you close a call. It makes everyone's life a little bit easier to work out your commission and work out how much you should be making. Allows you to see exact conversions, to know whether you should change your script, to know sometimes even whether the client is a good client to be working with. If no one is trusting them and their conversion rate's really low and the open rate's really low, maybe they've got a fake audience, or maybe their audience isn't as tight as they genuinely believe they are. And then it allows you not to get fired because you kind of need to do it as a role. Okay, so we've got data tracking sheets, money list, daily reports, and hitting daily KPIs. Okay, so we have data tracking sheets. These are going to be your bread and butter. This is what you're going to need. This is what you're going to be tracking every single lead that you send or dial or whatever you do. They're going to be tracked in some type of data tracking sheet. Okay, now sometimes I see businesses doing like 500k a month and they don't have one of these. So I always recommend bringing your own. Like, one of my biggest advices in general on doing anything with anyone, I said this obviously with the business breakdown, is just bring your own stuff. Like, it's the best thing that you can do is just come fully handed. Look, this is my data sheet. This is my sheets that I need you to fill out. Like, the more handed you can come with stuff and tools, the better it's going to make your life, and the better it's going to make their life. You know, you may get into situations, for example, let's say you came on board with us, you wouldn't need that, okay? Like, we would build that for you, blah, 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 and we do that for our company, but I know a lot of people that don't, okay? So how this data sheet basically works, is there'll be different ones for different things that you do. Okay, so inbound call to action, inbound follow-up, inbound DM, inbound like, inbound story. So obviously if it's a call to action, if it's a follower or someone like that, obviously it will change. We could copy this exact data tracking sheet, and instead of location and Instagram URL, we could do phone number, and we could do, you know, the form they filmed out, whether it was ad or organic or something like that. Okay, and then obviously we can put their phone number. The only reason we do this is so we can follow up with them. We know who's interested, we know who isn't, etc. And we can go from there. So basically all you're doing, once you message them, put their URL in here, put their CTA, then obviously put whether you've messaged them. Obviously the date will change up here, message, followed, etc. And you can go down and follow that. Now, any lead, our goal is to kind of either disqualify the leads that are here and get rid of them. And you can see all of these here, like, there's a decent amount, but we're just tracking every single one, you know, just making sure we know where they are, who they are, etc., etc. Now, I'm going to go onto it in this stage because it's just easier to do it. But what we do is anyone that isn't a good fit, we're just not a good fit. YouTube asset sent, like it will just be different parts, like good a fit, not ready right now. If they seem warm and they're ready, not ready to get going, but they're a very, very warm lead, what we suggest you doing is have something like a warm growth tracking sheet. Now, this is the sheet that you want to focus on the most out of anything. And it's basically anyone that has come, inbound call to action, a note, for example, literally just starting, seems a bit lost, getting started, super warm to YouTube and brand. Guy super warm and wants to join, watches YouTube with a budget, works in coaching, struggling with acquisition, works with a run out, wants to scale. Decent lead, not making a huge amount, making 300, 500 per month. Good budget, looking to scout, may not book now, but we'll look in the future to forward process. So like, this is our setter having notes on the prospects. They're warm, but they're not ready right now. So what is he going to do? Is he going to put their IG, put their notes, and then just continuously message them? You can see the amount of quantity from here, like he'd message, he'd follow up, etc. But there's not too much going on because they're not that interested. It's very hard to sell someone who just doesn't care or isn't in that buying window. But these guys, YouTube asset, not ready, YouTube asset, message, YouTube asset. And what you will start seeing is YouTube asset sent, call booked, YouTube asset sent, call booked. And he's really following up on all of these guys as much as possible because there's no point wasting time, right? You can send, let's say as your KPI, you're sending 500, let's say you're sending 100 out, inbound messages every day. Out of them 100, let's say 10 are warm leads. You're now better off sending to the 100, seeing if any are warm, seeing any if are not, but then just with these 10, messaging them as much as possible, finding out, like this guy, for example, he booked, right? Guy super has a budget and is in a lot of pain struggling with acquisition, okay? So that guy's a perfect lead. Because they're struggling, working a job, makes 2K per month doing all outreach himself. So this guy's in a pain that he wants to automate outreach. This guy, there's no notes on him right now. This guy, extremely warm to MC, looking for systems acquisition and help. We can start seeing that there's calls being booked through this, and it's a system that we're using, and it's something that you can just hammer in as much as possible. Like, look, these guys are going to make me my money. I call it personally a money list because I just see it as this is just pure cash. Anyone that is warm, like he said there, they're nurtured to us, they're nurtured to the brand, they're in a lot of pain. It's just a little bit getting over the edge, but it's more beneficial focusing on this. So this is what I call a money list. And then this is just your overall tracking sheet to make sure you know where every lead is and to also make sure you've messaged them, followed up. If they're not interested, you can just put not a good fit or not interested. If they are, you can obviously move them over to the warm growth tracking sheet. So as you can see here, I've already put the money list. It's going to be same data. Like I said, it's the same data tracking sheet. This way we can follow up, provide assets, and keep them in their pain state before they enter the buying window. Again, I'm not going to show you, but yeah. So that's the money list and that's the data tracking sheet. Now for the daily reporting. Daily reporting is key for the company you're working with to show them exactly how your day went, to show them what you've done. As a CEO, it's just nice to be like, okay, they've dialed this, they've done this, because if, for example, you've dialed 2 that day, it's like, oh, what's this guy doing? But now a lot of people do it like this. They've dialed this, they've booked this many calls, there's no answers. Now this may seem like a normal daily report, but this is disgusting. as soon as someone sees this, they already think low level setter, and they don't really, most of the time, they won't really want to work with you that much further. But this daily report actually helps no one. We need something better like this. So it could be like end of day. So I had conversations 34. I booked 4 calls, sent 2 more links. Appointment sets. I need information about them appointments. He had a call, had 55k portfolio, 10k basic crypto, X, Y, and Z. You can see here 73 message, 14 replies. No calls booked, but the warm leads have now had a note on them. There's 2 warm leads or whatever it is. One guy is super interested, make 2-3k, told me in the offer. He said he's going to 100% join in a couple of weeks, just needs to sort some finances. Super qualified, making 4k a month, was working in a marketing agency who guaranteed 10 clients per month. He said if I can match that guarantee, he will pay you 10k per month for retainer tomorrow. Not sure if it's serious or exaggerated, but you can see here how much more in depth it is. The reason we do this is not only for us to then go back to these warm leads, etc., but also for the sales team to know exactly how to close the leads because they know them in depth, and then you're obviously going to get the commission because they've now gone and closed the leads. But it also shows to whoever you're working for that you're dialed in. If you're showing the coaching business or whatever agency or whoever you're working for, that you're super dialed in. And then finally, just hitting KPIs. I would suggest following these: quantity, speed to lead. Speed to lead if you're obviously dialing, reply rate, book call rate, show rate, close rate. Every company is going to be different on the targets and metrics that they're going for, but these are the main ones to track. The data tracking sheet I just showed you will do that automatically. You will just have to find out if they closed and then obviously work out the percents from there. But yeah, this is kind of the main KPIs that you want to be tracking. So tracking KPIs is kind of a shorter module compared to the others because all you're really doing is just tracking, sending data reports, and that's about it, tracking your KPIs. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the full free course at multiplysetters.io. You're going to see a lot more on this channel from myself, just covering more setting content, more closing content, just sales in general. So if you have any questions, if you're, again, you're an appointment setter, you're a closer, or someone just completely random looking to get into this space, comment down below any questions you have that you want me to cover in future videos. Obviously, you can drop our Instagram a follow and DM. I know I went through some stuff like DM us the words, and obviously I can get back to you on there. And then finally, obviously, if you are a setter that's looking to get a guaranteed role from 2 to 8k, guaranteed or a refund, you're going to get one along with training, etc. Guaranteed role. You can click the top link at Multiply Setters. Then hopefully I'll see you inside of there. But apart from that, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll speak to you guys very soon, and peace.